Before we start, I want to give you a standard disclaimer. Nothing that we're discussing is meant to be investment advice. You should speak to your tax attorney, your accountant, and your investment advisor for any sort of investment advice or tax advice or legal advice. Not us, definitely. What you were talking about, the yield curve inversions, it seems like, for the most part, the inversion is taking place 18 to 24 months before a recession hits. What do you think is going to happen after the current inversion? I mean, we're 10 years into this bull run, and historical data seems to suggest that there's some sort of financial correction every 10 years or so, and we're well into that 10-year mark now.
But we're already starting to see the signals, right? The treasury yield curve will invert next year, possibly within the next 6 months, much earlier than forecast. Just 3 months ago, with the recession to follow as soon as a year after that. These expectations come as we seen earlier couple of weeks ago, that global sell-off of stocks, right? Secondly, the flattening of the U.S. yield curve, longer duration bonds yield, and shorter duration narrowing to smallest in decade. But I think, just because they are flipping, it does not really mean, it does not signal there's going to be a recession 3 months, 6 months. There's no signal of that. Second, I think there has been an invergence in the past that didn't lead to a recession. And it doesn't really tell you how long this recession is going to last.
Sure.
And I think and we're going to, according to Elvin D. Groth, who's an economist and a strategist with Rabobank, he said we're going to experience or will get closer to yield inversion by the middle of next year, or maybe even a little bit earlier.
So is it fair to say that some really smart people out there are expecting a recession in 2020?
So I think a lot of smart people are expecting that there will be a recession in 2020.
Some sort of slowdown.
Some sort of slowdown.
How long or how deep, but people are starting to expect that.
And obviously news coming out of China, right? It's a global slowdown of global economy, not even the U.S. economy.